Welcome back to the channel. Today, you're going to learn how to get a very effective glute building, shaping, toning, lifting workout in at home. Now, what makes a glute workout at home different from a glute workout in the gym? Well, it depends on your equipment. If you have a squat rack and barbells and plates at home, then nothing. It will be exactly the same. You will have heavy deadlifts, squats, and hip thrusts as a part of your glute training. If you do not have that equipment, you're still going to do variations of hip thrusts, squats, and deadlifts at home, but we're going to have to weight them appropriately so that you still get enough stimulus for your muscles to be lifted, toned, shaped, all of those things. A lot of that is going to come from doing unilateral exercises. That means using one limb, in this case one leg, to have the training stimulus you need. You're going to see a lot of that in this program today. In this home glute workout, you're going to have 7 total exercises. You're going to start with Bulgarian split squats, then you're going to move to B stance RDLs, followed by single leg hip thrusts. After that, we have extra range side lying leg lifts, banded pull throughs, 3-way seated banded abductions, and we're going to finish up with a finisher of frog pumps. So exercise number 1 is Bulgarian split squats. Now, you're going to eventually want to hold weights here like this. To start, I don't want you to use weight. This is a very challenging exercise, so start just body weight only. You're going to put something behind you. At home, you could use a footstool, a low ottoman, even the edge of your couch. You're going to step out far enough so that you have a good range of motion, but that your heel doesn't come off the ground. One foot goes up, one foot is here. This is the working leg. From here, you're going to keep your hips square to the front and down and up. A couple of things to make note of. You are pushing through the heel of this front foot. You got to keep that heel down like this. You also want to make sure that your knee stays tracking out over your 3rd and 4th toe, not coming into the side towards the midline. So keep that knee out, come all the way down, get full range of motion. Notice also that I'm not jammed straight upright like this. Have a slight forward lean. The more of a forward lean you have, the more this works the back of your legs. A little more upright works more of your quads. Both of them are working your glutes, but in no case should you be totally upright. That's just going to stress your lower back. You're going to do 4 sets of 6 to 8 of these per leg. So to do a B stance Romanian deadlift, you're going to set up exactly the same as you would to do a standard Romanian deadlift. It's the same exact move in that you're trying to touch your butt to the wall behind you and stand back up. The difference is that your feet are going to be in a different position. It's going to turn it into more of a single leg exercise. You'll take your foot, you're going to bring it back so that the toes of your back leg are in line with the heel of your stance leg. So you're going to do 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per leg. Next up, we're doing the single leg hip thrust. You want to set up so you're hinging from the bottom part of your shoulder blades. So you can use the edge of your bed, the edge of your couch, or the edge of an ottoman. You're going to place your feet so that at the top of the rep, your shins are roughly vertical and your knees are at 90 degrees. You want to think about your ribs staying down, not flaring up. At the top of each rep, you're going to tuck your tail under like a dog that just got in trouble. Keep your chin tucked with your eyes facing forward the whole time. When you look up, there's a tendency to arch your lower back, and we want you to finish this exercise with your glutes, not your back. You're going to have one leg up in the air, and you're going to be pushing through the heel of your stance leg, not your toes. You're going to do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps per leg. These are great for the side part of your glutes. You're going to lie down on a bench. You want to be really low down on the bench so your hip is close to the edge of the bench. You want to have the bottom leg bent and supported. I like to put a little step stool in front of me to support my leg. You don't have to do that. For me, it feels awkward if it's not there. You're going to rotate your top leg so that your toes point towards the floor the whole time. And then you'll raise your leg and lower it all the way down, getting that extra full range of motion, keeping your toes pointing down. You don't want to be up so high on the bench that you lose that range of motion. If you set yourself up too high on the bench, you're not going to be able to get that range of motion. So keep yourself low down on the bench. For the extra range side lying hip abduction, you're going to do 3 sets of 12 reps for each leg. For the banded pull-throughs, you're going to do 3 sets of 15 reps. You want to use a band with heavy enough resistance. Don't get a super light band for this. You're going to set up with a wide stance, toes turned out, body slanted forward like you're blowing in the wind. You don't want to be standing perfectly upright. You're going to make sure your arms stay locked out. You don't want to be bending and straightening your elbows. That's going to turn this into like a bicep exercise. You're going to hinge from your hips like you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your butt. You're going to get a full range of motion. You want your hands to reach all the way through your legs at the bottom and have your chest parallel to the floor. At the top, you're going to stand up, squeeze your glutes hard. Don't hyperextend your back at the top though. Just stand up normally and come back down. You also want to make sure you're not rounding your back. You want to have a nice neutral spine. You also want to make sure you keep your hands up high, really close to your private parts. We're not dragging our hands down between our knees. You got to keep your hands up high. You're going to do 3 sets of 15 reps. For the banded seated abductions, you're going to sit on a bench. You're going to put your feet shoulder width apart, and you're going to perform a banded abduction from 3 different positions. First, you'll lean backwards and do 30 repetitions, immediately followed by sitting straight up and doing 30 repetitions, and then leaning all the way forward so that your chest is almost on your lap, keeping your back nice and straight. You'll do 30 more repetitions. If you look at my feet, you can see that I actually rotate them so that I'm out on the edges of my feet with each rep. For the 3-way seated banded abduction, you're going to do just 1 set. You're going to do 30 reps in 3 different positions. So that's a total of 90 reps. You'll do 30 reps leaning backwards, 30 reps sitting straight up, and then 30 reps leaning forward. For the frog pumps, you're going to lay a heavy dumbbell on your lap. You're going to lay flat on the floor. You're going to have the heels of your feet together. You're going to drive through the outside of your heels to lift your hips, and you're going to squeeze your glutes hard at the top. You're going to do these to failure. So that means till you can't come up all the way to the top range of motion again. So much for being here today and watching this video. I love that you're here and you want to learn about these things. Go ahead and hit subscribe and you'll be notified next time I have a video. I'm going to talk all things fat loss, toning, what to eat, how to get stronger, how to build muscle, all of those things. Thanks again for being here.